Hello my friends, it's Kat here, once again coming at you from a different environment, from my parents' house currently, so apologies for the much more subdued space. Some of you might actually find this a little more soothing than the overstimulation of my usual setup, and I'm also using my new little trusted travel mic. It is definitely much more sensitive, and I think it also is picking up a lot more mouth sounds, so ASMR fans, you're welcome. Everybody else, sorry about that. But I will work on that as much as I possibly can in order to minimize that for tonight's viewing, which will be a very delayed reaction to the House of the Dragon Season 2 finale, which if you saw my reaction to last week's episode, I didn't realize that this season was only going to be 8 episodes. I was literally all season long double checking and referencing Season 1 to see that it had 10 episodes, right? To make sure that I wasn't going crazy, because yes, I know everything has 8 episodes anymore, but I didn't know that that was going to be carrying over into this season. I should have done research as to why that was the case, but I certainly didn't go into this season thinking that it was going to only be 8 episodes. I guess that's on me, but so I went into this thinking that we had 2 more episodes at least. So I didn't realize last week that that was the penultimate, that was the final one before the finale. So that has really adjusted my train of thought here, my line of thinking for everything going into this, where we are poised coming off of last week. Some of y'all from Team Black wanted to throw me the frick overboard for, God forbid, having a moment of, I'm not even going to refer to it as a moment of weakness, for having a moment of criticism for my queen. Y'all, I said one questionable thing critiquing Rhaenyra's behavior and her means of getting to an end and, you know, having to make some power moves at the cost of innocent small folk lives, and y'all came for my jugular. Like, God forbid I question my queen, okay? God forbid. Sorry that I don't like the loss of innocent life. But I went into all of that not realizing that the following episode this week was going to be the finale, so my train of thinking has obviously been altered knowing that this is it. It all comes down to this. So the ball was in our court where we left off last week. Yes, in spite of my criticism of how we got to that place. But now it's up to Rhaenyra. She's got the power. She's got new muscle here. The question is, will she use it? The floor being open for Rhaenyra to make moves if she chooses to do so. But I think the entirety of this season here has been her trying at every possible cost to prevent that, to prevent having to make any moves and avoid it at all costs. So she knows she's freaking won. She knows she's got more muscle and more power here and is actually proving to be a formidable foe. We went from being like super freaking desperate to actually having a chance here. So I think now that she knows here that we have the high ground, we have an advantage now that our numbers have essentially doubled when it comes to dragon riders, I don't think she's going to be as dodgy when it comes to trying to strike. She has put it off to the last possible second, and the time is now. So I guess that's my biggest question. Is she going to employ all of this newfound power that she has here? I still, though, I'm just not in the mental headspace. I went into all of this. I've been operating under the assumption that this was going to be 10 episodes long. So the fact that it's been mentally cut short for me now, and I have to grapple with the fact that it's actually only 8 and it's the end tonight right now. I have absolutely I wasn't ready for this in any way, shape, or form. So therefore I have absolutely no freaking predictions. Let's just go. Episode 8, the queen who ever was. Well, that was Rhaenys, the queen who never was, right? Frick. Okay, don't overthink it, just go.
For the golden dragons. Break the blockade and it will benefit you.
We sell where we please, blockade or no.
The stepstones. Give us the stepstones. Those rocks have been disputed for a generation.
I love seeing a Lannister sweat.
You'll drive up the price of basic goods.
It is better than starving, surely.
A fleet of warships, then. So at your command,
He knows he has no other options.
Prince Regent may have me hanged for this.
With the armada we send now, you can topple the Prince Regent and sit the Iron Throne yourself.
Well, that's not good. Frick, that's not what I want to hear.
Admiral Aloha, this is Tyler Lannister.
What sort of man are you?
I am the master of ships at King's Landing.
You're thin. I will not sail with a man who cannot best me.
Oh, F. Never mind, it's Vhagar. Yes, we're starting off with a pissed off Lannister and an angry Aemond. and the screams of...
I must ask you, Your Grace, to steel yourself. We must leave King's Landing quickly, and we will not return for some time.
What are you plotting?
The Pretender has found 3 new riders for her dragons. He flew to challenge her and was rebuffed, fled in terror. Be that as it may, he has gone in fury to Sharp Point and laid waste to the whole of the town.
Oh, frick.
I hope you can see the urgency.
No.
Because the Prince Regent is going to kill you.
Dang, there's not mincing
You were in
words.
danger before, and now there's no telling what he will do, but we have an opportunity.
Take me to my throne. I shall take him prisoner.
Well, that would be nice.
Well then, you, without Vagar, what then?
Oh, true. Dang, we really are in the lead right now. This is unexpected.
It's best to live, I think.
My dragon is dead. I am burnt and alone.
Let your brother and the Pretender destroy themselves in blood and
Oh,
bitterness.
frick.
They are spent.
He's right.
They will hail the returning king. True heir.
No! He's so freaking right, though. Dang it, he's actually so poised to make a great comeback.
Aegon the realm's delight.
I don't know why that made me laugh. Frick. Oh, please, please, no. What is he gonna do to retaliate here? Oh, frick. He's about to...
What are you doing here? He is the Prince of Prince Jacaerys Velaryon.
I'll have an apology from you.
Oh, the young prince!
Look at that hair. Let them tell us we don't have Targaryen blood, eh?
My mother is the queen.
Dragon riders both.
Everything Jace said was gonna happen is happening.
You know nothing. He's not much use to the manners of court.
You think?
If you hinder our efforts, I will see you hanged and your body fed to the dogs in the street.
He makes good points, though. Like, okay, she has the dragon riders now, but are they cut out for this? Are they gonna last a freaking second? They just learned how to drive.
The beasts have been claimed. You now have a great advantage.
I had hoped my advantage may be in deterrence.
She's still trying to hold off.
Is now
And you forget another.
Helena. Still, Helena is no warrior.
I was gonna say, I doubt Helena would get involved in this. She's been caught in too much of the crossfire.
He will not stop at burning Sharp Point, and he will not be denied.
How goes the sea snake?
My ship is no longer the Sea Snake. I've given her a new name. The Queen who never was. What I do now, I do for her.
Oh, please, for the love of God, don't let anything, don't let harm come to this man.
You are ready. My ships sail at your command, and my men serve you. You must crush this beast at its head.
He's freaking right,
Before
yes.
too many days have flown. There is, of course, another player that is yet to be revealed.
Oh, sweet lord.
Your Grace, Sir Alfred Broom has come to see you.
Oh my god, he finally got there.
I am sent as an emissary. May I have a word in private, Your Grace?
Alright, I feel like we're gonna get a true sense here for where Daemon stands.
But there are battles to be fought. And in times like this,
Did you hear something?
this place will have you barking at them.
He's been hearing everything.
You are a leader of men. If you declare yourself, your lords will follow you.
You frickin' turncoat.
Turncloak. But what we need is a king.
Frick you. Can't believe she trusted him for a split second. Or maybe she knew all along. Maybe this was all part of her plan to know that he would be an enabler. Look at frickin'... I think she knew. I think this is exactly why she sent him. He's always doubted her, so send her biggest doubter to go and enable Daemon to see if he takes the bait. Rhaenyra? You genius.
We didn't order the blockade.
No, but we are the crowns. They expect us to break it.
Poor Helena, she doesn't deserve...
I was happier before I was queen.
What would you think about leaving this place?
Allison's trying to jump ship.
I was just going to
The
bed.
crown has need of your service. I need you to fly with Dreamfire to battle.
Aemond.
I do not wish to fight. I won't burn anyone.
It isn't a question.
They have defiled our birthright. It's a sin and must be punished.
May I remind you, your sister is still the queen.
As you were once.
Peril or basest fury at your own humiliation. You rain ruin and death upon its small folk when you've been insulted. You're strong. And now you seek to corrupt your sister.
Our very lives, would you not have us prevail?
Not like this.
He is freaking desperate. Oh my god, seeing him squirm in fear like this. Now, the fact that he's got to go to Helena, that's how you know they're struggling. I love it.
Do you think nothing of your oath?
Get him, Gwaine!
Lord Commander. She has broken no oath for all I may have done. I could send you to the wall. You could. She is my sister. She has been the beacon I follow.
No, don't get vulnerable again. I'll feel...
Do not think I have no shame in me, sir.
I don't think you do.
Desire for women has brought me grief after grief.
And now you hate them.
Or perhaps all men are corrupt.
No, just you.
You saw what I saw. The dragons dance, and men are like dust under their feet.
For once, I agree with you.
We march now toward our annihilation.
When the worst person you know speaks ultimate truth. I like and appreciate his awareness, though. In spite of his loyalty to the royal family and everything, he knows it's all for...
More wine here. Taming a dragon's thirsty work.
Oh, this is already...
You have done a thing never dreamed of before now. I have entrusted you with a power only few have known. Serve me well, and I will make you knights of the realm.
What must we do?
Fight?
You will fly in 2 days' time. The strongholds of the usurper. You will have no choice but to surrender.
You wish for us to kill innocents?
But it cannot be helped.
I said more of these little birds.
A knight will comport himself with grace at the queen's table.
Best make me a knight, then. You forget yourself. Friend.
Not having to whip these people into manners and learn how to ride a dragon in 2 days.
There is a message from Harrenhal, Your Grace. But Sir Simon fears treachery.
Oh god. Just who we need.
I'm going to the God's Wood.
What?
There are omens here for those who seek them.
I'll say.
Do you wish then to learn what is given to you?
Can all this just come to an end? What the frick is this building to? Oh, hello. No. No, 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 no. No freaking way. Okay, so he just got all the foreshadowing in the world.
It's all a story. And you're but one part in it. You know your part.
When you know Helena's giving you advice, your fate to sign seal delivered.
Sister,
Leave her alone.
you and I have a true occult heat. We will lay waste to Daemon and his army.
And if I refuse, will you burn me as you did Aegon?
Caught. Red-handed.
That is a lie.
I saw it.
What you say is treason.
What you did is true.
He sits on a wooden throne. And you'll be dead. You were swallowed up in the god's eye. And you were never seen again.
You should really listen to her.
I could have you killed.
It wouldn't change anything.
Bury him. Oh my god, he's on eggshells. Oh my god, he's wavering, he's losing it. Oh my god, is Rhaenyra going to get the answers for herself? Holy smokes, the confrontation I've been waiting for. How the frick is this gonna go down? Although part of me wonders, if she was able to make this right, why didn't she do this sooner? I mean, I know it's riskier, but...
Welcome to Harrenhal, my queen. I did not think to see you here yourself. I must admit I had reason to fear. But come see for yourself.
Bend your knees, people. Where's your decorum? Is nobody gonna announce her? Get on your knees, god dang it! Oh. Oh no. How is this gonna go? The sea will part for him. Oh god, look how he looks so arrogant. I can't.
I wasn't expecting you.
I see you have done well here.
They have sworn to me.
And to whom are you sworn?
Corner him.
And my brother chose you.
Okay, so you tell me everything that he endured. We're coming out smarter, please? Oh, thank God. We didn't just go through 7 weeks of pure torture, mental anguish here for it to be for nothing. Thank God.
You are the true queen, Rhaenyra. First of her name, protector of the realm, until death, or the end of our story.
Oh my God, I cry right now. I'm gonna cry. It wasn't for nothing. All that wasn't for nothing. Yeah, get down, you freaking turncoat. Get the frick down. Oh, my sweet relief. He's like, thank God. Put him in his place. I hate that they're only just now reuniting. It's the freaking end, y'all.
There will be no mercy. We fight for our queen.
No mercy. Let's go, Cobra Kai. Let's Cobra Kai those greens. Come on.
I wish to set out on good terms with my first mate. The men find you distant. You have been given a position to which all who serve here aspire. I am trying to help you.
Oh, here he comes.
Is this the help you offer after all these years? Do you know what it was like for us to grow up fatherless?
Now you remember I live. I am an honorable man, and I will serve you because I must. I will decline any offers of help.
I'm glad he got that off his chest. And I do think Corlys probably needed to hear that. It's just a tough pill to swallow.
Begging your pardon, Your Grace.
I had to see you.
Wasn't expecting that. Oh, I never thought they would see each other again. Holy, what the frick? Oh, God.
Ben, I think... mistaken.
You think?
In what? I was raised to believe there was an order to things in following the path laid out for us.
In stealing the path?
Why have you come here? Because I lost my way. I thought for the first time what I would choose, if not for the duty I put before all else. To be free of all this endless plotting and striving.
It's too late.
The rules are reversed.
And you wish to wash your hands of what you yourself set in motion. What has it got to do with me? Did you come here thinking you would be absolved?
You never stopped loving your mother, you know.
Where is this going?
And yet you believe he wavered at the end.
Aemon will soon fly to join Cole in the Riverlands.
Spy! Turncoat! Yes!
If you come then to King's Landing, I will see to it that our guards throw down their arms. We will open the gates. We will shed no blood. Once you take the throne, this senseless war must end.
Could this work? No.
What of Aegon?
He's out for the count right now.
If he still heeds his mother, I believe I can prevail upon him to bend the knee.
We can't go off of belief.
If I am to take the throne, I must put an end to the opposition. I must take Aegon's head. And I have to do it for all to see. You know this.
Frick.
Choose.
You know she won't. Rhaenyra, come the frick on.
Make your sacrifice.
Oh god, she can't say it, but she will.
You fly to the Red Keep in 3 days' time and you take your throne.
You're telling me the finale's gonna end before this even happens?
History will paint you a villain.
I am at last myself.
God. The way they shot that, so intense and intimate and close up, so silent, you could hear a pin drop, like, on the freaking edge of my seat. That was insane. Allison, if I ever doubted you, I mean, she's proved herself here. She does value the good of the realm, even if that means, if it's at the cost of her son's life. Holy frick. Go, Rhaena, come on. You're telling me it's getting this freaking hype and it's over? How is this? How? Please don't. Please, this is about to be the end. Oh, let's get it. Let's freaking go. Great. It's dark. Let's go, Team North. Everyone's freaking marching out and this is gonna end. And then we're gonna have to wait another 2 years. Oh my god. This is gonna make me so hype, and then it's just gonna release, and then it's gonna be another 2 years. You're all gonna die. Everyone's heading off to their death, and they all know it. Wait, huh? What happened to you, Otto? It's about to end. Deja vu, y'all. I feel like right back where I freaking was this time, however many years ago, whatever year that was, when season 1 concluded and I was just left trying to grapple with the new reality that how is this so fleeting? Yeah, obviously, naturally, the 8 episodes is gonna feel shorter. It's gonna go by way freaking faster. It feels like it did, especially when you're not prepared for that, especially when you don't go into the season expecting that, anticipating that. So this feels so freaking fleeting. I feel like it was here and then gone. We had Game of Thrones back in our lives and now it's already gone. And dare I say this is an even worse freaking cliffhanger than season 1 in some ways. Because season 1 ends off and you're just thirsting, ready, starved for Rhaenyra's revenge and her retaliation, but you're ready to see Rhaenyra strike, and everything about this season was really her trying to avoid that instead at all costs. Every other strike that comes in her name is, at the hand of somebody else. It's not her. And so a lot of the season was that waiting game, waiting for her specifically to snap in, and now here she finally has, and with the admission of there will be just loss of life, but that's just the way this is going to be. And I know a lot of y'all were freaking in my comment section last week lecturing me because I was complaining about this, Rhaenyra's tactics of trying to acquire more dragon riders, and that the fact that it came at the loss of very innocent lives of people who didn't have anything else really going for them. I'm talking about something different here. That could have potentially been avoided, even though, yes, we're stacked now. Like, I feel confident. Like, we're all still in our court, you know? Team Green is now, they're the ones kind of trying to grasp at straws, going to Helena of all their players. You know, they've got no other backup, and her refusal, and now Alicent here with these, you know, whatever she's manifesting here, orchestrating to try to get this to happen. You know, the delay of the inevitable for Rhaenyra of just accepting the loss of life that will inevitably come. You know, everyone keeps saying it's needless, it's needless, it's needless. It's already happening. You know, Rhaenyra and Alicent both have referred to it as such, but it's been set in motion. And I think Rhaenys, you know, some of her final words spoken to Rhaenyra, like, there's maybe no point in trying to decipher and dissect what the true actual starting point was. You know, what was the actual catalyst for all of this? What could you trace back? You know, everyone's right and everyone's wrong. You know, this confrontation here between Rhaenyra and Alicent. Roles were reversed. Here I was asking Alicent, what do you think is gonna freaking come of this? I didn't realize she was packing heat. I didn't realize she was freaking ready to turn on her own family and children. Something I never thought she would do, because y'all heard me. Y'all heard me there at the beginning of the season. Yeah, I find Alicent to be one of the most dynamic and intense characters solely because you never know where to stand with her or when to root for her, to just despise her and her role that she's had in all of this. And I know that a lot of y'all come to her defense because she's never really even had her own role. It's only ever what has been bestowed upon her, what the position that she has been forced to be in, you know, since youth, since frickin' childhood, age 15. You know, she has never necessarily had a choice or a true say for herself that wasn't just in the name of furthering her family and their power. You know, what does she want for herself? So there I was, yes, defending Alicent at the beginning of the season, saying that one credit I will give her is the fact that she loves her children and will do, you know, she'll fight for them, as she had with friggin' Aegon to put him on the throne. But kind of became clear, you know, throughout the season that Aegon or not, you know, it's not about him. It's just about putting up a challenger to Rhaenyra. I mean, listen, it's not that she maybe doesn't care about him, but she's willing to sacrifice him. Really sabotage her whole family here. Go against everything that has been everything that's been instilled in her. She's kind of accepted as all just a lie and nothing that she ever really wanted or manifested for herself. She was a piece in the larger game, as everybody is here, you know. As Daemon witnessed, you know, when they gave him all the spoilers of Game of Thrones. Do any of them really have control? You know, Miss Arya always is saying to Rhaenyra, the gods are in your favor, but it's just everyone's a pawn here in ways, whether they know it or not. And Alicent has realized that, you know. I think that was the reckoning for her that Rhaenyra set off for her during their first confrontation, in which she learns of the Song of Ice and Fire. You know, Alicent since then has been freaking spiraling to this point now where she would throw her own family and child under the bus. I don't question though that she loves Aegon, but gosh darn, I was gonna say she might value and love the idea of peace and prosperity for the realm more than her own family, more than her own children. But is that even truly Alicent? Or is that love and priority still just a product of everything that she's been, you know, forced to perceive throughout all her life? Everything that she's been forced to act in the name of. As she says herself, all my life I have endeavored to just serve the realm. That's only ever been her life's purpose. So, you know, I question here. Rhaenyra has said to her, you found your true self again. You're back to who you are, who you were. But it's hard for me to grasp and believe that she does love the realm truly that much more than having to save her own child. She obviously couldn't say the words, couldn't speak it into existence, but the agreement is there. The unspoken acknowledgement is there between her and Rhaenyra of the truth of what has to happen. Unfortunately, it's true. It's the fact. But unfortunately, I do think Aegon has the upper hand here now. Let Rhaenyra and Aemond, they're gonna just lay waste to everything as Larys predicted. Get out while you can and come and clean up the ashes that everyone else is gonna create. If I'm being truthful here, I do feel like where we are ending up is kind of where I thought, like where we're poised here to head into the third season, which thank God, I think we already have confirmation that it's getting a third and fourth season here, so thank the Lord. But where we are poised now to head into season 3 is kind of what I thought was going to be happening this season, if I'm being 100% honest. I really thought this was going to be the all-out, like, all right, gloves are officially off. So that's why I'm so just like, I'm so freaking hype, but I can't believe this is where it's ending. I just can't believe that now that it's finally, like, set up so freaking perfectly, laid it all out, everybody's on board, everybody's in the game, all the pieces are, you know, laid out on this chessboard here. You know, we're really about to be playing the Game of Thrones here, in which you win or you die, and 99% of these people are going to die. But power to them. I mean, this was a gorgeous freaking finale. I know it wasn't necessarily the most, like, eventful, like, definitely different vibe that we're leaving off, different kind of cliffhanger coming off of the season 1 finale with just the bombshell of the death of Westeros and whatnot, but like coming off of that, it was more angst and just edge of your seat, like, oh my god, what the frick's gonna happen, what is Rhaenyra gonna do, versus going in here, you kind of know exactly what's gonna happen. Everyone's just gonna freaking die. It's exactly what we saw in Daemon's vision there. It's just gonna be bloodshed and ash and dead dragons everywhere. You know, it's gonna just be utter, just, you know what's coming. You just want to see it. It's just or do I? You know, I don't know. Unfortunately, Kristen Cole there was very right. When the worst person you know says some of the most real shiz, like, I still despise that man. Some of y'all interpreted my spiel from last week thinking that I was rooting for Kristen Cole because, dare I say, I felt bad that Rhaenyra, like, dumped him and tossed him aside like trash. No, y'all know I'm the biggest Kristen Cole hater. I don't necessarily fully believe him when he says that he feels shame. He feels every drip of it. I don't think so, but it's hard to not necessarily feel empathy for him, knowing that he's pretty much resolved, you know, to the fact that they're all gonna die. It's a different vibe coming off of this finale versus season 1. You really know what's at stake here, what is to be expected with the carnage that's in store, and now it's just a matter of waiting to see it play out. Dare I say, though, with like much more hype, obviously. Season 1, you're left just like pit in your stomach, grieving, reeling, guttural shock and fear, you know? This is like... Is hype even the proper word to necessarily use in this scenario, in which you see everybody getting suited up, getting freaking ready, snapped in, locked in, fully just signed, sealed, delivered. War is coming. Winter is coming, but that's another story, obviously. But freaking for right now, war is coming. They all know it. It's inevitable. It's done. It's here. It's at their doorstep. So I don't know if you can necessarily call that hype, because I think obviously what's in store is a lot more heartbreak and that's the thing about it here. You know, the crux of this show has always been, who do you necessarily even root for? Because they're all morally gray. They're all kind of bad. It's hard to choose favorites because everybody slips up and does questionable shiz here, but that's war, you know? But the other side of that coin is like, does anybody really win here? You know, it's like, yeah, we all have our teams. We all have our banners raised, but obviously for Team Black, it's like, yeah, I'm rooting for Rhaenyra. As Alicent and Mysaria have said, you know, yes, the loss of life is going to come as an inevitable cost for you to, though, then take the throne and prevent that even further. But here for all you Team Greens who are rooting for Aegon, you know, I'm jealous that he gets to just get whisked away and escape all this and kind of have clean hands of all of this. At the end of this, it's like, yeah, he didn't really necessarily do anything that would warrant me disliking him even more. That's just been the biggest shock for me this entire season. Aegon's really walking out of here pretty scot-free, because it's a similar scenario. Yeah, he tried to go and act on his own at Rook's Rest, but look what happened. And now he gets to walk away from everything and kind of just not be absolved necessarily, but not partake. As Larys said, you know, let them all feast on each other and then you get to come and clean up the scraps. I kind of envy that, because it's like, yeah, I will always have my banners raised for Rhaenyra, but the fact that she has admitted now, and of course it's inevitable, it's impossible to wage this war and for her to take the throne, even as she said it herself, even if the only loss of life was Aegon, there's still that liability there that she would have to clean up her tracks. Like, she would never have a clean claim. She would never be unbothered. There's always still going to be that loose thread, and now of course there's going to be that inevitable loss of life that's going to happen in her name, everybody's names. That's the thing. It's like, everyone's gonna be fighting in Aegon's names, but are they? Because it's Aemond now who's freaking running the show over there. And that was a very interesting performance from him in this episode, because he's been really just like insufferable this season. And of course, you know, with the truth that Helena was dishing out to him, we know what you did to Aegon, we all freaking saw it. We know where you truly stand, you actual traitor and turncoat, and what he's willing to do. Seeing him be more of a loose cannon this season, be very irrational and kind of irritable, to then see him distilled down to really feeling more like his actual proper age in this, like scrambling, scrounging, absolutely desperate acting, you know, on his undeveloped prefrontal cortex and making all these crazy stupid moves. That was definitely a very interesting turn for him. And although yes, we have seen him kind of feel a little bit more distilled down to just his childish rage and inability to make proper decisions here, I do think that this sets him up as just like one of the most formidable, obviously, foes going into the next season, because there's nothing worse than an angsty, angry teenager who you've seen is willing to freaking do anything and doesn't care, is willing to, you know, lose innocent lives, literally has not a care in the world for them. But I'm still trying to crack his code, is where he stands, what he's vying for here, because it's not like, you know, he's got what Rhaenyra and Aegon have been acting on, which is the belief under the assumption that Viserys, their father, appointed them and left them with this fate. But for Aemond, I don't know, I'm hoping that that will be something that maybe comes in season 3, other than just obviously a blanket surface level vying for power, you know? What higher purpose, what motivation is he serving? Is he acting so brutally in the name of, I don't know if we would get that answered in season 3, but I hope we get a little bit more into his motivations. But, you know, based on the way he's already acted here, already retaliated just in a moment of anger and weakness at the sight of Dragonstone with double their numbers, you know, packing some more heat. You know, it's obviously going to just be an absolute bloodbath coming into season 3. And we have a clear picture of where everybody stands and how far everyone's willing to go and who and what they're willing to sacrifice in the name of peace and preservation of the realm. And thank Jesus that all of that turmoil at Harrenhal wasn't for freaking nothing. That's all I will say. Yes, I'm a little bit saddened that the entirety of this season I was expecting that Daemon was going to be one of our biggest power players, and you know, he and Rhaenyra were kind of just telepathically at odds, I feel like, and questioning each other's loyalty and where they stood and whatnot. But I'm glad now that that's not going to have to be a concern for the future. I was just hoping that that was going to be the energy for this season, because y'all know I don't ship them. I never have and I never will, but we need them operating as a joint unit, as a sealed power couple. I'm glad that will hopefully, of course, be the case now, that all of this wasn't for nothing, that this was the reckoning that he needed in order to be affirmed in Rhaenyra as the true heir to the throne. I'm kind of, yeah, I think this finale, compared to season 1, I'm a lot less just like crazed, and I'm not reeling so much, but I'm just like, I can't believe it was getting so freaking hype, and now it's over. But thank you guys so very much for watching this incredibly delayed reaction. I'm gonna go try to speed edit this now. So apologies that this is about to come out like a week after this episode aired, but hopefully y'all are still interested. I don't know, but dang, this always makes me a little bit sad when it's the finale and I have to say this in my reactions. But thank you so much for joining me for this. I'm sad that we're not gonna have our HBO Sundays now. What the frick am I gonna watch? But I hope you guys enjoyed. I feel like this was a very interesting season to discuss, and every week my commentary, y'all were just ripping up my takes, you know, depending on whether you're team black or team green. I don't care. I think it's fun how contentious this show is, and how it really is like you choose sides, and that really governs the way you like ingest it and interpret it, and the way we have discourse about it. But of course, at the end of the day, it's all friggin' fiction, so you can say whatever you want. I'm still rooting for Rhaenyra. So let me know what you guys thought about this finale. I can't wait to go online and unblock the words House of the Dragon and Game of Thrones on Twitter to see what everyone's been talking about. So do let me know how you guys are feeling, and thank you so very much for watching with me. I'll catch you guys sometime soon. Obviously not for House of the Dragon for another maybe 2 years, but until then, I hope you guys are doing so well as always, and I will see you guys again very, very soon. Team Black, baby.